Hello, Facebook family. Hello. Just want to make sure that you can see me and you can hear me. Okay. I just need to reassess a little bit my desk because I decided to do things a little bit different today for day 2. First, I need to check if I am live on all of the platforms where I want to be live. Hello, everybody jumping. Let me know if you can hear me. This is very important because I'm live right now on a couple of platforms, including Zoom with the VIPs. I think I'm on live on the Elevated Entrepreneur. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I'm also live on my personal account. I'm live on Zoom. Yes, I can see myself. Perfect. Amazing. I love that. So guys, let me know, can you actually see like my whole body, or can you just see my face? That will be very good. So for those of you who are on the Elevated Entrepreneur, can you see me properly? I hope you can. Let me see. I just want to make sure that everything looks great. You know, I'm very strict with that. Face only, waist up. Okay, so people can see different parts of me. This is what it is, okay? The most important part is you can see this part, okay? And it's good that you cannot see below right now because I'm not wearing pants, and that wouldn't be very like a great experience. Let's just say that, okay? For some of you, maybe it wouldn't be a great experience. How soft is the sound? How soft is the sound? Let me know. Let me know if the sound is okay, or is it too soft? Because if it's too soft, then we need to switch things. Yes, I know that doing lives without underwear, it's another thing. It's like it's a totally different thing. So everybody in the Elevated Entrepreneur, can you let me know that you can hear me? Or is it soft? Better? Yeah. Okay. Amazing. One more time. And Zoom people, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. I hope that you can also hear me perfectly on my personal account as well. Okay, beautiful cat, thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, why is all this happening? This is all happening because yesterday, honestly, was an epic day. It was an epic training. I received a massive volume of DMs, of messages, of voice notes. So many people connected with me after the training yesterday. It was overwhelming. It was nice to see you, Grace. I'm so happy that you're here. So yesterday was an incredible experience. For those of you who are just joining, you have no idea what happened yesterday, you're totally like, what happened, Ayo? What happened yesterday? Well, what happened is that yesterday was day 1 of the business makeover, and I did a very powerful training. I literally took you through my 7 steps that I used in my personal business to create the transformation that I have right now. And for those of you who know me, I don't like sparing myself. Like, I don't like sparing any of my energy. I never save my energy for later. And it was so potent and powerful. We covered so many aspects yesterday that for a moment I thought, oh my God, everybody should see this. Because what I covered yesterday, and I'm going to be very honest with you, the 7 elements that I covered yesterday, if every single entrepreneur takes these elements seriously, if every single entrepreneur applies these 7 elements, there will be such a huge change, not only in your business, but in your life. I want more people to understand that. I want more people to know that there is a way. I'm receiving quite of a number of messages from clients, from so many amazing people that interact with me. And a lot of people are going through a tough moment. I shared this with you yesterday. We are going through an interesting season worldwide. What I often tell people and my clients is that circumstances don't dictate our life. We create our circumstances. However, collectively, we are indeed going through times. Everybody is experiencing something. And I notice whether people are going through massive shifts in their business, or people are going through breakups, or they've lost someone. It's intense. It's been intense. And a lot of people lately have been going through a massive struggle in their business. Or for those of us, including myself, who have been experiencing, I was very blessed in 2022, there has been other levels of struggles. There has been other levels of self-doubt. There has been other levels that have been unlocked, because I truly believe that we are playing a game. We are playing a game. And what came to me this morning, just really watching the live yesterday, watching the training, if you're just jumping in now, if you haven't seen the training yesterday, you can watch the replay on the Elevated Entrepreneur, my Facebook group. So just jump in. You will see this is a training of an hour and a half of the 7 elements that I use in my business, and I also use it with all of my clients. These are really life-changing elements, and a lot of people go through life looking for the holy grail. People look for magical solution. People look for, I get people coming into my life and I tell them this is the problem. They're like, oh, well, I know that. I'm like, if you know that, then why aren't you changing it? Why aren't you doing anything about it? I have people who come to me, they have a strategy call with me. And after the strategy call, I ask them, so what do you think about that? And they say, well, that's nothing new. I already know that. And I'm like, well, that's not great for you, because if you knew that, you could have changed it, right? And so I want everyone right now who's going through a transition in their business. No, you're not the only one who has soft audio. So is it really, really soft? Let me know. Let me know if the audio is way too soft. If that's the case, then sound is a bit low. No worries, I got you all. Don't worry. So we will change a couple of things here so that the sound is better. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's do this. Let's improve the sound. It's not as loud as yesterday. How about now? How's the sound now? Better? Let me know. How's the sound now? Better. Love that. Good? Much better? Is it louder now? Amazing. VIPs, how's the sound? Still good? Facebook Live? Let me know, guys, those of you who are watching on my personal account. Yeah, much better. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, perfecto. Love that. So, again, as I said, there's so many people who go through experiences where they know what the answer is. They know what can make the difference. They know what will create the shift. And yet, they don't do it. If you've been there and if constantly things come up, you're going through your journey and you feel like, yes, I can improve, I can be better. Why aren't you changing it? Why aren't you stepping in your full power? And today, because we're going to speak about visibility, day 2 is visibility. Visibility is extremely related to the topics that I spoke about yesterday. In fact, visibility was one of the topics that I spoke about yesterday. And today I want to speak much more about visibility because it is one of the most important things. But visibility has a lot of levels, and a lot of people don't understand visibility. Yesterday, the 7 elements that we spoke about, so if you guys remember, drop them in the chat, by the way, if you remember the 7 elements. I'm having a great hair day today, by the way. I mean, look at this fringe. Drop the 7 if you remember the 7 elements that we spoke about yesterday. What were the 7 elements? Number 1, leadership. Exactly. Number 2, offers. Number 3 was communication and emotional intelligence. Number 4, strategy and sales. Number 5 was aligned action. Number 6, what was number 6? Do you remember it? Let's see. Content and visibility, what we're going to speak about today. And the last part was identity work. All of these elements are part of visibility. All of them. And yesterday I asked you to go to the workbook. If you don't have the workbook, I see so many, by the way, did the homework. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I mean, so many of you did the work, did the homework. By the way, I said that all of you who let me know that you've done the homework, I promised you that I will give you a spot in Money Magic, and I'm going to do it. In fact, everybody yesterday who commented in the group, everybody yesterday who said that you've done the work, you assessed yourself, you had to assess where you are from 1 to 10 on all these 7 elements. All of you are going to get a spot. And there's a lot who commented. So there's going to be a lot of people in the group. Happy you. Today is the same thing. There's homework. You have to do the homework. I'm extremely happy that you assessed all these levels because they're extremely connected to visibility. One of the main reasons why entrepreneurs fail in business, 86% of all entrepreneurs fail in the first year. Only 1% makes it after 5 years successfully. And those who make it, they crack these 7 elements that we discussed, but also they crack visibility. They understand visibility. It took me years to get visibility because I was listening to those new type of gurus and spiritual leaders who are like, just attract people. Visibility has a lot of elements. It's those 7 elements that we spoke about yesterday in a compound effect, and that's how you get visibility. What a lot of entrepreneurs don't get right is that visibility is one of your priorities. It is literally one of the most important things. Okay? It's one of the most important things. It's so funny. My brother is watching me live now. If you're watching me live, my brother is watching. Hi. Let me know in the comments. How amazing. So if you don't crack visibility, that's a huge issue, because whatever you do, people will not see you. People will not buy from you. You will not exist. And what I'm seeing is that so many entrepreneurs that come and work with me, they've been part of massive masterminds. They've worked with very talented people, but they spend so much time on different things. They didn't spend enough time on cracking visibility. Visibility is so important, and there are many levels of visibility, and we're going to speak about these elements. Okay? All of you that commented yesterday get access to Money Magic. Yes, you understood that correct. Yes, everybody who engaged yesterday, everybody who's going to engage today, everybody who's going to engage tomorrow, everybody is going to get access to Money Magic. So yes, congratulations. Merry Christmas. So everybody's getting access to Money Magic. How amazing is that? I will be in touch with you. Don't worry. When we're done with this, I'm only going to give you Money Magic when this is done, because I want you to do the work. Because if you do it, I promise you, you will make it. So the different levels of visibility. Are we ready? First of all, are we ready? Okay? Are we ready? I'm going to go through all of the levels of visibility, and I will explain to you exactly why for some people it's working and it's not working for other people. Okay? Are you ready? Yes? Everybody is excited because I just gave so many spots in Money Magic program. Yes, amazing. Yes, I'm also celebrating you. You absolutely deserve it, all of you. So, first of all, I want us to take a moment and envision a situation. Okay? Remember yesterday when I said to close your eyes and go back to that moment where you overcame something. You overcame something difficult, something challenging in your life, and you came out so powerful and strong. Remember that warrior in you, and remember that power in you. I want you to call in that power. I want you to call that energy that in that moment when you told yourself, I'm done, that's it, it's over. I want you to call in that power. And I want you to feel that power in you. I just want to remind you how strong you are. This is my intention, to really remind you how powerful you are. So take a moment to just tap into that part of you, a really strong, powerful part of you. Can you feel it? And so now, I want you to close your eyes again and envision yourself on a stage or being seen or on a live with a lot of people, because I know a lot of you want that audience. Okay, it's not about the followers, but it's about the right kind of people in your world. Sorry, I'm fixing my bracelet. We have to have the proper energy in the house, you know what I mean? I want you to tap into that part of you who's being seen. People watch you, they connect with you, they love your work. You're on a stage, you're doing a TED Talk. One of my clients, Sherry, shared with me today she wants to do a TED Talk. I'm like, I'm gonna be there, girl, for you. Okay? Yes, exactly, the TED Talk. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Girl, you're watching me on so many different lives. You're amazing. I don't know how you do that. But can you feel that? I mean, how good it is. All of us have a message to share, right? You are on the stage. Hundreds of people watch you, but they love you, they support you, and it feels good. Or you're at home. Let's say maybe you are afraid to be on the stage, but you're at home, okay? You're at home, you are on Zoom, and you're tapping in, and people just love when you're giving. You're so good, you're so powerful. Your posts are getting a lot of people. You wake up every single morning and people message you and they tell you how amazing you are. You share something and you get people telling you, wow, you really touch my soul. You get people who message you and tell you, you're so inspirational, and because of you, I changed my life. You get people who message you and tell you, working with you, everything you put out there literally transformed my existence. My business is thriving because of you. I'm much more courageous because of you. Just imagine that. How does it feel? And maybe you're getting it right now, but imagine it 10x. Imagine hundreds, millions of people being influenced by your work. And your work is something that you adore. You adore it. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you just adore it. How does it feel like? What's the feeling? I remember 3-4 years ago, I was just in bed thinking of that thought. What would it feel like if I touched so many people? Last year, I did over almost 800 coaching calls. I've coached over 2,000 people. Me, I did that. The girl from Bulgaria. If I can do it, you can do it too. If I can be patient and consistent and believe in my dream and go through every single moment. I also had difficult moments. You think it was easy? It wasn't. It wasn't easy. But I knew what I want. So deep in my soul. That's what, when I speak about visibility, and especially for all of us who are conscious entrepreneurs, for us, impact is important. Exactly, being seen by millions of people. Just imagine that. Exactly, it feels rewarding. That feeling, right? For me personally, when that started happening, I felt like I'm walking on the path of my purpose. And that is so powerful. And when we start speaking about visibility, that's why yesterday I invited you. If you want to be seen, if you want more visibility, you have to first figure out, who am I? And really get connected and locked into that experience. So for all of you who did the homework, and I hope you did, if you download the workbook, there's a section to write down, who am I? Who am I? If you crave visibility, Do you really want it? Are you really prepared for that visibility? Are you? Because what if one day you wake up and you are ridiculously famous? It can happen. It happens, especially now with TikTok, with all these social media channels. You can literally go to bed and the next morning your content will blow up. It's very possible to happen. And so every single day, when you do whatever you do you do it with the idea of that being? What changed my business was the vision, the new story that I created of myself, which was empowering, liberating. There was no bullshitting around, no victimhood. On the contrary, it was pure power and magic. When I started building my social media, when I started building my offers, when I started building my website, when I started creating my copy, the way I was speaking, the main thing I did was, what if billionaire Ayo goes back and reads this? Would I be looking at it and will be like, whoa, this is pretty good? Or would I be... Ooh. I was having a conversation with one of my one-on-one clients, Carolina, if you're watching, Carolina. And the other day she told me she goes back to her old programs. And these are programs she did a couple of years ago. And she's like, whoa, that's great. This is so powerful. So when we speak about visibility, do you prepare yourself? Do you prepare yourself to be seen? Do you prepare yourself to be visible? Do you prepare yourself to be this person who has impact? Your content, the way you show up, the way you just live. Forget about business. The way you live every single day. Does it match that person that you want to become and be? Because if it's not, this is the main step to visibility. Forget about Instagram, forget about Facebook, forget about social media. For a moment, forget about it. And think, am I first becoming here that person? Because if you're not here and that person that you want people to consume and experience, but you're not, there's a big disconnect. I was coaching a client last year, and there was a massive disconnect between who she truly is and what she was putting on social media. And so the business was not working. And I was very honest with her, and I said, we cannot portray ourselves as something that we are not. Energetically, people will feel it, especially when you are coaching people around energy. People will feel it. People feel that. So I'm calling everybody now to really step into your personal power, your authenticity. When you've been hearing people saying all the time, you have to be authentic, right? The authenticity comes from when you present something which is so real, people feel it. They truly do feel it. I feel it when I read some people's posts. That's why I haven't had a bad experience with a coach, because I see through things. And you have that power. You have that power. And I'm learning this even more. Hello, beautiful. I'm so happy to see you here joining me live. I'm learning this even more with men, by the way, because I had to learn my lesson of how to see through. And yesterday we were speaking about communication and emotional intelligence. Again, if you haven't seen the training yesterday, I encourage you to go to the Elevated Entrepreneur, watch the part about communications and emotional intelligence. Visibility going hand in hand with that. Yes, there's a lot of people who lie and portray themselves in different ways, and still they're famous and they're popular. But you know what's the difference? You're not like that. So for you, it's not gonna work. You know what I've learned? I've learned that for spiritual entrepreneurs, things are very different. Things are very different. It's very different, honestly. Little hacks and tips and tricks and shortcuts don't work for spiritual entrepreneurs. It's just because the fact that we are spiritual and it doesn't work for us. We're a different kind. We have a different human design. We're designed in a different way. Our path is different. Have you heard that your path is a little bit more difficult because your calling is higher? Well, welcome. You chose that. I'm sorry, but you chose it. For those of you entrepreneurs right now who are going through struggle and shit in your business, you chose it because you had to find your own way of doing business, because you're a spiritual entrepreneur, because you're not Donald Trump. Different human design, different being, different identity, different energy charge. You're literally charged in a different way. You're wanting a Honda to drive like a Maserati or Lamborghini. It's very different. Your print is very, very different. Exactly. People read energy. People are not stupid. We're done with the marketing. Well, people were stupid and you can fake it until you make it. So if you want visibility, you will have to really become extremely... Oh, the F word almost slipped. You have to become extremely honest with yourself. Exactly, the BS detector. I got it as well. My BS detector is like the whole time. I can't switch it off, honestly. So you want visibility? First and foremost, figure out who you are. There's so many people who are lost. I work with a lot of people who come to me, they have no clue who they are. And I'm a business and leadership mentor and coach, but I have to take them back to school and figure out, who am I? What do I want? How do I present myself? What's the vision? What do I actually do? Am I confusing people? I have people coming to me and they don't know what's their offer. What's the value? What am I doing? And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want the visibility, it's not you're being magnetic and putting magnets in your bra, okay? Or crystals. It's not that. Being magnetic means your energy is like, delicious energy. You know, delicious has been my favorite word these days. I don't know what's going on. And you knew I was against the word delicious. But being magnetic in order to create visibility is those people whose energy is just like, you know, like that guy you have a crush on and you just look at his photo, but he's like, yum. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's when I look at Lewis Hamilton competing. I'm just like, oh, you fine ass man. So people feel that energy, the yum. They can't resist because your energy is squeaky clean. First, do the work. If you're all messed up, I get a lot of entrepreneurs coming to me and they go through life crises. It's difficult. Now, here's the thing. It's not like you cannot thrive when you're going through a difficulty and you have to heal 100%. That's bullshit as well. I have one of the best months when I was going through a breakup, when I would cry every single day. I would feel exhausted, and yet I will make multiple six figures within 1 month. It's not that. But if you're a total mess, you turn into a repellent. And so first, fine tune yourself. Yes, difficult things are happening. Yes, there's pain. But are you going to choose to stay in the pain? Or are you going to choose something higher? Are you going to choose something that... Are you going to live your life in pain, or just wake up and realize, hey, why not live my life in a way that I feel better and I feel happier and it's worth it? Might as well live my life in a way that I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And so when it comes to visibility, this is the foundation. You, your energy, your print. have you noticed you probably have a person in your life, like a neighbor or a friend, yes, the crystals. I've heard that some women put crystals in their bra. I don't wear a bra. For me, that's boob gel. But I've heard coaches, and very famous coaches, teaching women to do some crazy things. It's not gonna work. You can put thousands of crystals anywhere you want to put them, but I don't know how is that going to solve your problems. You know what's going to solve your problems? Decision. Stop tolerating shit. Go back to the training yesterday. I spoke a lot about you don't simply attract things, and that's the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is not that you attracted something. The problem is you tolerated it after you attracted it, because you can attract it and be like, no, no. But you stay too long in that attraction. That's the problem. So going back to visibility, we first go with ourselves when it comes to visibility. How do you show up? Do you show up in a way that when you even look at what you put out there, is it juicy? Is it delicious? Is it intriguing? I saw a post today. I don't know who posted that. Somebody posted it and I saw it in my feed and it said, don't blame the algorithm, you're just boring. I love that. That was very spicy. If you're watching this live or you're gonna watch it after that, that was spicy. I loved it. But yes, sometimes the algorithm is a problem and sometimes it's not the algorithm. Sometimes it's just things are a little bit boring. That's what it is. And that's okay, because we can shift that. We can change that. Another thing when it comes to visibility, so besides yourself, besides your energy, who you are, how you position yourself, is authority. Do you come across as an authority? Which brings me back again to leadership. Do you come across as a person who can lead people? Can people trust you? I want you to get this, especially if you are a mentor, a coach, a healer, a guide, a therapist, into hypnosis. Basically anything that has the element of you taking one person, personal trainer, if you take one person from here to here, it is extremely important for you to come across as a leader, because people trust you to get from here to there. And so authority is the next thing, which is so important for visibility. And authority have different dimensions. Authority is your leadership. Authority is what you put out there, and when you write something, please make sure that it makes sense. I mean, sometimes I read things with all my love, but it's confusing. Authority is consistency. With all my love again, if you're a brand and you have been in the industry for 1 or 2 years, and then you decide that you can show up 3 times a week, or once a week, or leave people for 3 weeks and then come back, but you're not an established brand. This only happens for established brands, so people know you very well. You create the feeling, and it is subconscious. Okay, there is research that brands that are constantly showing up, they're in the face of people, doesn't matter how, whether if it is through consistency in the post, whether it is sending emails, sending good emails, whether it is just seeing the logo, the color, anything related to the brand, but it is consistent, it creates authority. People are used to that. People find it soothing. They believe that they can trust you. As a trauma-informed coach, I don't know if you know that, but as a trauma-informed coach, I know that people sometimes experience abandonment trauma and abandonment wound when their brand, the person that they trusted, whoever that is, and they've been looking, and they all of a sudden disappear. And so yes, life can happen, anything can happen, but if you just disappear because you just decide to disappear and you don't want to be consistent anymore, it creates this abandonment issue. and it destroys authority. Yesterday in the training, so again, if you didn't watch the training, go back to the training. Yesterday in the training, I also shared a very important element again about authority, and it was your delivery. There's so many people, so many amazing entrepreneurs out there. And again, with all my love, you have to really refine your delivery. It has nothing to do with you personally. Again, as a trauma-informed coach, I want to tell you, business is not personal. It is your baby, but you're not taking it personal, okay? It has its own identity. Your delivery, don't take it personal. If people come to you and there's something there, you have to really assess, is my delivery really good? Because visibility in the beginning of your business, and in the beginning, let me break it for you, according again to research, it's the first 5 years of every business is considered a new business, and you're still in the beginning. You are in the building phases. Can I just remind you that there's businesses that have been around for decades, hundreds of years, some businesses even, you know their names, you trust them. So in the first 5 years, authority is extremely important about visibility. When I started my second marketing agency, I had so much success because people were referring clients to me. I had one client alone who referred 11 people to work with me within 1 month. And I was like, whoa, that was the first month when I had a 6-figure month. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, whoa, that's a lot. From one human being. That's how visibility happens. Then the other 11 people also love me. They told other people. Then they told other people. Then they told other people. So many of my clients recommend me to other people. And so a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know, look at your engagement is not going well. Well, my engagement is going really well with the current clients that I have who are forwarding me clients. Some of my clients are not even on social media. They're so big. They're CEOs of huge companies. They're not even on social media. They're not even commenting. They're not doing anything. One of these clients, for example, last year forwarded 4 high-ticket clients. We're speaking about the deals of over $150,000 per year. It didn't come from social media. It came from being seen, from the right people, connections, which brings me back again to the training yesterday about people. People. Remember I told you, I asked you, what is the most important thing about your business, and it's not you. And I said, it is people. Hi, Chantel. There's a very gorgeous woman joining us. I love that photo with your pink suit. It is gorgeous. So people are super important in your business. That's how visibility happens. Word of mouth is not dead. So especially if you are in a big city, or even if you're not, do people know about your existence? For me, that was a challenging part because I have been traveling since I was 19, and I travel all the time. I still travel. I just love traveling. I'm still traveling. I'm traveling all the time. But everywhere I go, and I go to so many different places, I make sure that I make connections in these places. I make sure I speak to the right people. I make sure I'm in the right spaces. I make sure that the friendships that I make are the right friendships. Visibility. So far, by the way, I did not even for a moment spoke extensively about social media. Neither did I speak about just sitting and being in your feminine energy. I spoke about very legit things. And the problem is a lot of people forget about that. It's not being taught anymore, not as much. Do you know how important it is to have human connection? The problem is that a lot of people started building businesses during COVID when nobody was going out. Let me tell you something. COVID is over. You can go out and network with people. How dare did I say that? Yes, this is the first way you create connections, and especially if you're going to sell high ticket offers. Boom. That's it. Think about real estate agents. Think about people selling property. Like, I'm obsessed with watching these shows on Netflix. Who is obsessed with those shows on Netflix? Like selling Beverly Hills, selling whatever, selling Sunset. I'm obsessed. That's the only shows that I watch. And they sell property for 140 million, 150 million, 200 million. And they don't get the clients from social media. I know. Watch them. And you know why I watch them? I watch them because, and even yesterday, again, I was watching, I think, Selling Beverly Hills with Mauricio. I have a total crush on him. Daddy vibes. He's just, you know, when I said delicious, yes, that's what I meant. So he was selling a property for 160 million, and it wasn't sold through social media. It was sold through his connections with people. When I was specifically in the high ticket market, that was the first thing that I learned. Creating connections, speaking to people, going for dinner, going for lunch, communicating with people. Oh yes, I mean that. Yes, this was so funny. Yes, you do need to go out and wear pants from time to time. It's a good thing. Once a week, you can go wear pants, put a bra on, and actually socialize with people. You are so funny. You're so funny. I appreciate you so much. You're an amazing queen. So much love for you. So, authority. And here's the thing. You can go and mingle with so many people, but if you don't create authority, how do you create authority? How do you create authority? Number one, being authentic and real. Number two, being consistent. And it comes through your business. Your business has to be authentic, real, full of integrity. Number two, you have to be consistent. You have to show up consistently. Remember what I told you? It does create psychologically a pathway in the brain of humans if you don't show up. Last year, I had a couple of clients, no joke, that came into my world literally saying, I want to work with you because I see you all the time. You're so consistent. I love that. And I was like, okay, let's do this. It was only because of that consistency, because they saw that I am serious. People want to know that you're serious. People don't want to be treated like a one-night stand. People don't want to be treated like a relationship that everybody is committed and then all of a sudden nobody is committed. People want that from businesses. That's why people get also irritated, because all of a sudden the commitment falls apart. Have you been in a situation you work with a coach and in the beginning they're all over you and then all of a sudden they're not because they don't want to do the work? I hear that all the time. That's why for me it's so important. It's a priority, my connection with my clients. There's some of my clients here. Please leave in the chat a comment. How often do I check on you on Voxer? Even though I don't have to. Other people, other coaches don't really do that. They don't go specifically to the person and ask them, hey, how was your day? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's the motivation? Hey, what are you doing this week? Hey, what's going on? It is called commitment. And so that is what builds authority. You know what else builds authority? Communications, how you communicate. That's why, again, I spoke about that. If you don't know how to do that, get a mentor to show you that. Seriously. Your body language. How do you speak? Your voice. That's why a lot of you, when you speak, your voice is energy, it's frequency, colors as well. That's also creating authority, how you put yourself out there. The little things that you do, you know, the cat jewelry, the snake jewelry. I'm not saying that this is the most important thing, but it is all connecting the dots. I have a client who signed up with me because, and I'm going to share you this with you. It's because I was wearing cat ears. Jessica, if she's watching, she joined because of the cat ears, and I adore her. She saw me live 2-3 years ago, and I was wearing my cat ears, and she joined because of that, because she was like, you're my person. So, and it creates what? Authority, trust, because you recognize yourself in other people. Is it that difficult? No, it is. And you got that in you. You might think, oh my gosh, those are so many things. You know what it is? It is self-mastery. It is self-mastery. And if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing these things, I can help you. Get into my world. I don't know how you're going to get into my world, but if it's going to be Path to Profit, my mastermind, my one-on-one, once-off calls, whatever, get into my world. I've been there learning this for 13 years. Body language. If you meet me in real life, you will see my body language. It's extremely open. It's extremely warming. That's why people trust me. I've worked in corporate jobs when I was surrounded by older men who are already multi-millionaires, billionaires, who trusted me. I was 20, coming from Bulgaria. I can scam you, but I didn't. So, what's the third element of visibility and being seen? It is putting yourself in all the right marketplaces. So, what are the right marketplaces for you? Where can you put yourself? Can you use other people's communities? Can you create your own community and nurture it, and actually have the patience to create a community? Just because you posted 3 months in a row does not mean anything. Some people post 3 years in a row. I have a client who was in business for 10 years and things were not moving, and they started moving last year like an avalanche. Like, seriously, we couldn't believe it. We were like, what is going on? Yes, I didn't swear again. Guys, I'm getting so much better with this, honestly. That's because I gave all the spots for Money Magic. But by the way, if you're here watching, commenting, being part of that, you will get spot in Money Magic. And also, if you do the homework. So by the way, let's not forget our beautiful workbook. So if you go to the workbook, you have section number 2. It is about visibility. And so I speak about different kinds of visibility. Social media visibility. So I just spoke. Marketplaces. Which is your marketplace? Is it Facebook groups? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Instagram is, for some of us, is dead. Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube? Is it something else? What is it? You have to find out for you. I find that it works for different people. My business comes big time from Facebook still. It's ridiculous how powerful Facebook is still for me. For other clients, I have clients, Facebook is dead for them. Dead. It doesn't work. So you have to find out which is the social media platform that fits your print, your business. Other medias, where can you put yourself? I have articles in a lot of different magazines. Where can you put yourself? If you don't want to pay for putting yourself in outlets where they ask for money, so for example, Forbes and what was the other, Goss magazine reached out to me and they wanted me to pay, and I felt not authentic because I knew my audience. I knew they wouldn't like it if I'm like, oh my gosh, I got featured on Forbes and I paid $10,000. They wouldn't like that. I didn't vibe with that. But if you vibe with that, go ahead and do it. So there's other types of media. Think bigger. Stop thinking so small. Oh my gosh. Why do you think so small? Absolutely gorgeous, Jamie. I hope you enjoyed it. So why do we think so small? Why don't we think bigger stages? Why aren't we thinking about being on different magazines, Entrepreneur, Business Insider, or different outlets, or your local newspaper or magazines or different platforms? What about podcasts? Podcasts are a great way, but podcasts grow slow. So if you're not patient, don't even start a podcast because it takes time. It will take time for the podcast and the YouTube channel to compound, but it's so good. So start the slipped out. Start the podcast. That's why, by the way, oh, thank you, gorgeous. Thank you. I'm so happy that you are joining in. That's amazing. So, what I'm saying is that there are channels that you are so stuck in complaining and how bad things are. There's other ways. If this doesn't work, something else will work. What's the next thing? What is the next thing? But also sit and think, why is something not working? So podcasts, YouTube channel, they're great, but they take time. Hi, Kati. Oh my gosh. So good to see you. So much love going your way. I miss you so much. Guys, speaking about visibility, I want to tell you the story with Katya. Okay? And Katya will confirm in the comments. So, visibility. This is a great example of visibility. Oh my gosh, please. You have to listen to this. So, one of my main strategies of visibility is leveraging other people's groups where there are so many people there, and I'm putting high quality content of being myself. One thing about me, I love writing. I'm a journalist. I used to be a journalist, a writer. I love writing. So I love creating content, and I'm putting it in the places where people see me. And so I don't know where I posted what, or was it about a client of mine? What was it? The fact is, I love using Facebook groups. Still, I don't use as much. Back in the days, I was using more Facebook groups, and I was posting really high quality content that people will read and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this person knows what they're talking about, because there was so much bullshit of people like just bullshit, and my quality content will just stand out. And so Katya will follow me and she will see my content. I don't know what it was. It could have been for one of my clients. And then I'm in Costa Rica. No joke. I am in Costa Rica on a beach. Pretty naked. Isolated beach in the middle of nowhere. Like, that is a very private beach. And I was, no joke, collecting plastic because I love the ocean. So I was just there, minding my naked self, collecting plastic. And I see in the distance a woman walking, so I'm like, okay, it's good. And I continue bending down, collecting plastic. Katya's coming closer. She sees my full butt, and like, I'm collecting plastic, guys. I'm like this crazy woman in the middle of nowhere collecting plastic on the beach in Costa Rica. And she comes, and Katya says, oh my gosh, that's so good of you. That's amazing that you're doing this. So we started having a conversation, and she asked me, what's your name? I'm with glasses, by the way. I was disguised. I'm with glasses, with a cap. I don't want people to see me and communicate with me. And so she's like, what's your name? And I'm like, my name is Ayo. She's like, wait, are you Ayo? What's your surname? So I have a very specific surname. So I tell her, my name is Ayo Gospodinova. She's like, oh my God, I knew it was you. I know you from Facebook. I read all your posts and everything, and I love you, and I love what you're doing. And I was literally, I looked at her and I thought I'm being pranked. I thought I'm punked. I thought there's a hidden camera. And I thought, oh my God, I've reached this level of being so famous that people are literally putting a hidden camera, because I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's only me and her. I'm half naked, collecting plastic on the beach. And the day before, I was announcing like a 5-figure day or something like that, and I'm there collecting plastic. And Kanye is telling me, yes, I know you, I follow you, I love your style, you've been, you know, influencing my life somehow. And I just sat there and I thought, wow, what are the odds? In the middle of nowhere, there's a woman who is there, and by the way, she's amazing. She's part of my soul tribe. She's an absolute beautiful, gorgeous, powerful woman, and I'm reaching my target audience, right, of amazing women. She's an entrepreneur as well. She's starting this amazing business, a marketplace in Costa Rica. She's just incredible. She's awesome. And she's also famous for so many things. And here we are in the middle of nowhere, and she tells me, I know everything about you. I've seen you on social media. I follow your Facebook. I love all of your posts. She says all of that, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, wow. And it's not because I do get other people like seeing me and recognizing me. When I was in Toronto, when I was in Amsterdam, people do recognize me, and I get that, but it's normal for me there, not in the middle of nothing. Literally in the middle of nothing. So speaking about the power of visibility, Katya, I don't know if you heard this story, but sending so much love your way. Again, going back to visibility, diversifying your pathways of visibility. So you have social media, other media outlets. Stop thinking super small that it's only social media. Email lists. It's important for you to have an email list. And it doesn't matter how big it is, how small it is. I used to have an email list with over 22,000 people. I burned it down, and currently my email list is 1,000 and something. And it's a very, very good email list with active people, my tribe. Leveraging other people's audiences, so connecting with people. Let's not forget that we are all humans, right? Connecting with people, speaking with people, whether if it is live, if you are in a beautiful city with amazing people, or if you travel, connect with the right kind of people. Proximity is everything. Leveraging other people's audiences. Networking. CEO, by the way, people find me on Google. They write things, they find my website, we connect. That also works. That's why when a lot of people say, don't have a website, you can make it without a website. Yes, you can. But if you have the financial means to create a website, do it. But also don't waste thousands of years to create that website. I have people who can help you. My team can help you with that if you need this kind of support. But websites do work. Good quality landing pages also work. Referrals, big for visibility. Partnerships, so these are just one of the ways. And then if you want to get to kind of like find the recipe of visibility, that will be, and you will see this in the workbook, this will be the mixture between clarity plus consistency equals visibility. They are extremely connected. You do need clarity, because if you don't have clarity, getting visibility is almost it's going to be difficult, and then you won't be able to monetize it. So you can become visible, but you will not be able to monetize it. For example, that lady that had this huge following of I don't know how many million people, she couldn't sell even one t-shirt. That's because there was no clarity. So you can't monetize something which is not clear. What's the point of getting visible when you don't have a model? And that's what we spoke about yesterday, offers. So go back to the training once again. And so what I want you to do in the workbook, I want you to go to the workbook. If you don't have the workbook, please let me know. I will send you the workbook. There's a homework that I want you to do. I want you to sit down and think about this. So if you want to be a successful business owner, you have to embrace the idea of being seen. All of your parts. People will see things. Sometimes people will criticize. Sometimes people will not like all of these parts, but you have to come to terms that you will be seen. And that's it. And a lot of people are terrified of that. I don't think the problem is really the fact that because you have deep fears of being seen and that's why you're not being seen. I believe it is you have fears about being seen and that's why you don't show up. You just sabotage yourself by not showing up, by not putting your offers out there, by not being consistent, by not doing this. Hello, I already have 30 people in Path to Profit from yesterday because I showed up. It's pretty simple. So when you ask yourself questions about being seen and becoming the go-to person, what's the negative story? What's the old story? So in the workbook, you will have the space to fill in the old story. And then when you write the old story, it can sound like, I'm afraid to be seen because I'm not good enough. I'm not going to do this. I'm not worthy. I don't have enough experience. My story was, I'm afraid to be seen. And I wouldn't say that I was afraid to be seen. It was almost like I am not seen, and that was frustrating me. So that was my story, that I'm not being seen, but actually I was being seen, and you are being seen. If you don't have engagement, unless your audience is really poor, but if you know that the quality of the audience that you have, and yet you're not getting a lot of interactions, but you do know you did the homework, that you have a good quality of people, they might be just watching. So you are again being seen. Just be careful, because people watch. They might not react. They might not love. There were so many people coming on and off watching this live. I'm looking at my stats. I see the stats. I know you're watching. Do you know how many people open my stories? So many, like 20, 30 times X'd the amount of people who like and comment. I've done so many experiments of putting the same photo as a post. We do know that the algorithm acts in a different way. I do know that. But also I've done literally same photo on the feed and in the story, and I will get hundreds, like 800, 900, 1,000 and something of people of opening the story and not commenting or liking the photo. You know why? Because people are also afraid, just like you, to be seen. There's so many things that play in the back of their head. You have to start understanding people. And so in the workbook, I want you to go and write the old story. What's the story around being seen? Is it there's some kind of fear, or is it what was with me? I was frustrated that I'm not being seen, but then I had to sit down and be like, really? Are you really not being seen, or are you just like acting now? And then I realized one day, oh my gosh, I am actually being seen. People are watching me. Big names are watching me. I was contacted by a massive coaching industry. Massive. I'm speaking about one of the most successful coaches in the world. I don't want to say the name because of legal things. They wanted me to be part of their company. I didn't know that I'm being seen and watched. So what is your story? Go into the workbook and write it down. This is very important for you to identify what is the story. And then there's other questions that I want you to fill in the workbook for homework for today. Who are you and what are you doing? Can you just see that I'm again taking you back to the same thing that we spoke about yesterday? And the reason why this is because one of the main reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs are spinning wheels, or they're not scaling, they're stuck in 10K months, 5K months, 20, 50, even 100, and they can't move past it, is because there is split energy and there isn't clarity. There isn't. And sometimes it's self-sabotage. So if you cannot push through that, again, join Path to Profit. Join Playing Big Mastermind. join my one-on-one world. Just do something. If you feel like, okay, there's resistance, I cannot push through it, help yourself out. Who is your most ideal client? I don't want to know who's your ideal client. I want to know who's your most ideal client. I want to know who's that ideal person you want to work with, so that maybe you can start talking to these people instead of complaining that you're not working with the right leads. Well, the right leads are out there. Go and find them. Go and do it. More questions that will help you with visibility, and that is, what's the end result transformation that people get with you? What are the topics that you're most confident with? What makes you different? What are your clients' biggest desires? How much value people get from engaging with your content? All of these questions will help you to become clearer of who you are, and also to create better content, because visibility and content go hand in hand. They feed of each other. They go, great content create visibility, and visibility, when there's great content, sustains that visibility, because you can have the visibility, you can run the ads, you can do everything, and then your content sucks and people find you and they're like, meh. They don't like it. So that will support you a lot. And then the last thing I give you, because I'm so generous and I really want to see you win, in the workbook you have a planner. Please start planning. It is so useful. It is amazing. It helps a lot. Real businesses have planning. So I did have planning as well. I show it all the time. It looks like this, my planning. And I have every single day, what am I going to speak about? What kind of posts, and what am I going to sell? So I gave you a planner like that, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's so easy. You have no excuses now. So these 2 days, I gave you so much value and really bulletproof strategies, mindset, everything. There's no excuse. There's literally no excuse. I gave you so much. If you still need to catch up with day 1, please go to the Elevated Entrepreneur. Please rewatch this. Everything I'm teaching you is not going to change tomorrow. It's not going to change in 3 years. It's not going to change in 5 years. It will be there forever and ever and ever and ever. By the way, did you hear me teaching you anything that is going to go tomorrow? No, everything will still be there. Tomorrow, day 3, we are coming together to speak about probably my favorite part, which is going to be embodiment. And it's going to be a full circle. We will speak about embodiment. We will speak about identity work. I'm work in the making for years and years and years. And that will continue. Entrepreneurship is about mindset and internal identity work forever and ever and ever, continuously, all the time. That's how business is. And I believe, as a spiritual entrepreneur, that we chose that path for a reason, to grow and elevate even more as beings on our journey and on our path. So tomorrow we're going to do identity work. Identity work is extremely important to sustain a business. It's extremely important for your brand. It's extremely important for work with money. So money work, again, all of you who joined and commented, there were so many amazing people who are commenting all the time. You will all get into money magic. You will get access to money magic latest on Monday. And so I would really love for you to do all these exercises so you can also get into money magic. But identity work is extremely related to money. It is very much related. I have been studying money for the past 5 years. 5 years. Money, people who have money, people who earn money, people who, and not just like people who just made it, lost it or something like that, but people who really understand money. These people, their mentality includes a lot of identity work. So tomorrow I'm going to be showing you not only, we're not just going to speak, we're going to do a couple of exercises, real body exercises, somatic practices. I'm not an expert in that, but I work with, I do have people who I work with. I have energy healers. I have people who I work with on a lot of these aspects who help a lot with that. Hi, hello, beautiful. Hello. But tomorrow, identity work. So if you've missed this, please watch the replay. If you've missed day one, it was epic. It was phenomenal. Go to the Elevated Entrepreneur. Honestly, I am giving you so much because I want to see you succeed. If you succeed, I succeed. If your business thrives, my business will thrive as well because we all connected. This is so important. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. EST, do your homework. I'm going to check. By the way, if you're, ladies and gentlemen, slacking with your homework, I don't know if I'm going to give you money magic. Okay, I'll give you money magic, but I want you to still do the work, okay? Pinky promise, everybody, to do the work because this is so important. We spoke about visibility today. We got into the real side of it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to be with you. I love you so much. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I appreciate you. Go and relax and just take it all in. Integrate. Integration is very important. So go and integrate all of this knowledge. I appreciate you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.